Thank you. I should start off by saying there's nothing that Jim said that I disagree with, so maybe we can just stop at that point. But let me take a few minutes, if I may, and put this whole question of the international community and the U.S. role into a broader context. The fact is that virtually every nation in the world, regardless of their economic circumstance, is linked to the rest of the world in a very new way, never before experienced. And we're still figuring out how to cope with that fact. We're linked economically, we're linked technologically. And the truth is that the world's economy is now knowledge-based, not muscle-based. We are connected by the internet. Most people, if you ask them when the internet came along, they'll say, 25, 30 years ago. It was 1995 when most of us had access to the internet. And the changes since that time are simply mind-boggling, the pace of change. So we are linked, we are connected, we are interdependent, and the result is that we've had an explosion in world trade. Wall Street has been the engine of growth for the world for most of the post-war period, last 50, 60 years, but particularly that influence and importance has grown in the last decade or so. Consequence of that is that more people have come out of poverty in the last 15, 20 years than at any time in all history. That's a stunning statement. The truth is that while we've made enormous progress, WTO being a pretty classic example of how we have created a construct that will allow that to happen with a minimum of disruption, the continuation of this growth may be more difficult than we presently believe. Just think about it this way. Look at the way we produce these days. You used to have a plant in Detroit. You bought your steel from Pittsburgh, your tires from Toledo or whatever. The parts were within a couple hundred miles, and everything was put together. Today, not a lot of companies produce a product, every piece of which comes in within that plant. And it's not just in goods that we're talking about. It is in the whole area of services today. You can outsource your services, computer, software, call centers, whatever. And that linkage occurs in nanoseconds, not in a week or a month. There's no delivery time. And what that's done is that it's given business the chance to go to any source in the world that for them is the most efficient. It's not just labor costs, but the system that allows production in a Bangladesh versus a China versus in India versus Germany is such that you can go wherever it suits your needs to produce any product, any component of your company. And that means that the people who are producing that whole car or whatever now face the prospect of unemployment. The disruption is real, and it is sustained, and it continues today. And if you look at the unemployment numbers in the United States, you're talking 9.8 in public terms. You're talking true unemployment probably in 16, 70% of our total population. That's 1 out of 6 people. That's real. Those are families. And if you think about what we would like to do, which is to give them another opportunity, a very substantial number of these people are 45, 50, 55 years old. They've got very substantial skills, but they're skills in the particular area in which they were productive previously. Now, those skills are no longer needed in that particular operation. What then do they do? What does government do? As a consequence, in political terms, what you're seeing is a significant increase in pressure on any politician, state, federal, president, local, whatever, to stop this, to deal with it. Give me some time, give me some space, give me an ability to adapt. But there is no such availability. Government has proven notably inept in dealing with this problem. Not the only area, of course, but in this particular area, it has an enormous human price. And if you think about that, the threat that poses not only to our international trading position, but to our net relationships with the rest of the world, you have a problem of some magnitude. And it's not just in goods and services. If you look, as we've noticed to our considerable pain, the linkages in the financial world. When Bear Stearns goes down, Lehman goes down, the ramifications are moving around the world in nanoseconds again. So we go from a very high growth period, in this case financial, not .com, but subprime, to a significant decline in economic production here and around the world.